Yo, welcome everyone. Most will unfortunately miss the entire pump and the breakout that is coming up on Bitcoin in the next few days. Get ready and do not mess it up. Now first you are going to see Bitcoin has gotten a perfect rejection exactly at our major golden Fibonacci ratio, aligning very nicely with the liquidity level at approximately 120.6 thousand US dollars area. Exactly right here, I was also entering a brand new short or a sell position, and of course, I have already paid myself. I have taken some profits out of the short position exactly at this very important area of support I also mentioned yesterday, but nevertheless, the prediction we made and also the prediction I posted in my free VIP Discord server is right now playing out. Now, unfortunately, the Discord server is right now closed for brand new members, but nevertheless, the prediction we made for the push towards the upside, towards our major golden Fibonacci ratio, and the entire rejection is right now playing out beautifully. And probably right now you're wondering, why is Bitcoin seeing right now already a very small bounce towards the upside? And also, what is the area that was actually hit? Remember yesterday I told you we had a very important liquidity level right here that was aligning very nicely with the anchored VWAP when we anchor it exactly before this insane push towards the upside. All of those two levels right here were hit almost to the exact dollar accuracy. Additionally, when we go with our volume levels and measuring the entire upper price action, you're going to notice value area low, liquidity level, anchored VWAP, all of those three levels hit almost to the exact perfection, and that is right now why, of course, Bitcoin for the past couple of hours is seeing a very small bounce towards the upside. Additionally, not a lot of people are paying attention to the descending channel we can identify on the 2-hour time frame. What we are right now going to do, when we are connecting our lower highs with the channel and expanding it towards the downside, you're going to see this specific descending channel has been respected very nicely. Almost a perfect area of support, another area of support, and yesterday on the push down, the support level once again was hit almost exactly. That is why I would definitely say the descending channel, if Bitcoin right now does go lower, is going to also be a very important area of support where potentially we can of course also be interested to fire another long only buying position on the Bitcoin chart itself. But the reality right now is this specific support level potentially is not even going to be hit, and Bitcoin is right now already going to see a significant push towards the upside. Why I am saying that? Look right now on the 1-hour time frame. Remember what we have been talking about for the past couple of days. Of course, we talked about a bigger ABC correction. We were expecting a push down, some kind of a push up for the B elite wave, and only then, of course, another push down for our C elite wave. And what are you right now going to see? When we talk about our C elite wave, we need to talk about the 5-wave price structure towards downside. And when we right now go with our elite impulsive wave right here, what are you going to see? Impulse, some kind of a correction, another impulse, another correction, and another impulse towards downside. So right now it can already mean Bitcoin has right now finished its bigger ABC correction, and we can already be expecting another major push towards the upside, which is then simply going to mean our prediction, our first scenario that I posted about yesterday on Twitter is right now going to play out, and Bitcoin is going to form another all-time high in the next couple of days. However, what if we are not going to right now already go impulsively towards the upside and we are going to chop around this specific area for the next couple of days because simply we are trading in the middle of the weekend? We can talk about another brand new pattern. And before we do talk about the pattern, I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button because 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now do share with you a scenario in a case Bitcoin does not pump straight towards the upside and we are simply going to chop around this specific area for the next couple of days. In that case, we can talk about a bigger symmetrical triangle. However, to be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan of the triangle because majority of people are going to trade it. And if the trade is usually crowded, usually it does not really play out exactly. So what we are right now going to do, when we are connecting our lower highs with a diagonal area of resistance, connecting our higher lows with a diagonal area of support, you're clearly going to see that Bitcoin could be moving in some kind of a symmetrical triangle. And usually in the triangle, we can also talk about the A, B, C, D, E waves. So what we can say, we got our A wave right here, we got our B wave, we got our C wave. At the moment, we are expecting our DL8 wave, another push down for the EL8 wave, and only then a successful breakout towards the upside. For this specific L8 wave count, we should not take out the recent low that was formed only a couple of hours ago, almost exactly at our very important liquidity level at $117,000 US. However, with this specific symmetrical triangle, there is right now something I do not really like, and that is going to be the exact 5-wave price structure I literally just showed you. Why, when we right now talk about this specific 5-wave price structure, is something we do not really like to see in the symmetrical triangle, because ideally we are looking for 3 waves instead of 5 waves. What exactly do I have in mind? On the entire push towards the upside, you're going to see we got a 3-wave price structure towards the upside. Right now on the move down, it looks more as the 5-wave price structure, and also right here on the entire move down, it definitely does look like more of a 5-wave price structure and not really as a 3-wave price structure. That is why ideally I would really like to see a pump towards the upside straight away towards another all-time high, or simply if Bitcoin right now is going to continue dropping towards our lower price target right here, if we are right now actually forming a bigger ABC correction. And later in the video, I'm even going to give you the exact trading idea where you can actually fire another long or a buy position, not only on Bitcoin, but of course also on many different altcoins. That is why, of course, I still do remain in my long position of Bitcoin from approximately 102.5 thousand US dollar area, and also at the moment I still do remain in my short position. However, with my short position I have already taken some profits exactly at the liquidity level, exactly what I told you yesterday, because this specific level is also a very important price target. Now additionally, what if we pay attention to the liquidation heat map on the 2-week time frame? You're actually going to notice that bigger liquidations are coming in exactly below this specific low at approximately 115.5 thousand US dollar area, where 170 million of long positions are going to get liquidated. So that is why as of right now, I am still leaving the option open for us to see another bigger push towards the upside, for us to maybe even hit the bigger Fibonacci ratio right here, and for Bitcoin to maybe even then hit the bottom of quite a significant descending channel at approximately 114 thousand US dollar area. However, the reality is, what if we right now already pump towards the upside? You need to be prepared for all of the scenarios I am as of right now showing to you. That is why, in my opinion, looking for a long or a buy position where Bitcoin is trading as of right now is already going to be a very smart idea, but of course with proper risk management. So how exactly would a trade at this specific area actually look like? We can be looking for a long position right here where Bitcoin is trading as of right now, setting a stop loss exactly below the recent low, and simply targeting another all-time high. This exact trade is going to give you 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Once again, a disclaimer: enter a position with proper risk management, and of course also once again remember, the best trade is still going to be at our major Fibonacci price target right here at 114,000 US dollars. However, once again, if we are not going to go lower and Bitcoin right now already pumps, you are going to miss out on the entire push towards the upside, because of course you are going to still wait for lower targets. Nothing in the market is 100%. We are trading with the probabilities. That is why as of right now I still do think if you are not already involved in a long position of Bitcoin, looking for a long right here with proper risk management, it does make sense. If we get stopped out of this trade, simply we are going to look for another trade at a better area of support at approximately 114,000 US dollars. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, make sure you are taking an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN with the second link down below, because Bitunix exchange is going to give you 10 USDT only after you register, and then after initial deposit you're also going to get a 20% deposit bonus. This right here is a very exclusive campaign we are right now hosting with Bitunix, so take advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below in the description. Right now, let me also share with you the first area of resistance you should be aware of in a case you're actually looking for a long position at this specific area. The first important level you really need to be aware of is definitely going to be the first daily high term time frame level that was confirmed literally only a couple of hours ago. And this specific level is going to come up at approximately 119.2 thousand US dollars. This right here is going to be a fresh, brand new high term time frame daily area of resistance. And this specific area is also actually aligning very nicely with the very important value area high of the entire upper price action. And additionally, Fibonacci retracement from the swing high back towards the swing low, it also does look like golden pocket is going to land exactly at this specific area. If Bitcoin is going to be able to see a reclaim of the value area high, point of control, and the daily, we start moving towards the upside impulsively, I would definitely say very high probability that right now our first scenario I posted about yesterday on Twitter is right now playing out, and we can already be expecting another all-time high. However, if we do see a rejection right here, probably we can then be looking for some kind of a triangle right here, or maybe even for a bigger push towards the downside, towards our major Fibonacci price target right here at 114,000 US dollars. So you can clearly right here see how I am approaching the chart. Unfortunately, I do not know exactly what is going to happen with the market. However, I know exactly where I am going to be wrong with the trade, and also the thing is, you do not need to know in which direction Bitcoin goes next for you to make money in the market. It's all about preparation. That is why I do remain in my short position in case we are going to drop. That is also why I have already taken some profits of the short position in a case we are going to pump, and additionally, I still do remain in all of my bigger long positions, not only on Bitcoin, also on the entire cryptocurrency market. And additionally, what you're also right now going to see, pay attention to the Bitcoin dominance, because on the daily time frame, we are right now actually breaking the recent low, which actually means we had previously higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and right now forming the first lower low after a very long time. This right here is actually a very nice and a bullish indication for the entire altcoins market, which could mean in the next couple of months, altcoins are simply going to outperform Bitcoin. Already right now, you can notice Ethereum pumping significantly towards the upside, and to be honest, I would actually be expecting also much higher targets to be reached, not only on Ethereum, literally on the entire altcoins market in the next few days, especially if Bitcoin is going to continue towards another all-time high. So right now, the trading idea is very simple. We need to expect already higher targets in a case Bitcoin is going to pump. However, once again, the best trading idea is still going to be exactly at our Fibonacci price target right here at 114,000 US dollar area. That is why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free bonus, no KYC and no VPN with the second link down below, because only after you register, you're already going to get 10 USDT and then deposit, because you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.